Hi everyone, this is Heidi with Heidi and Franny's Garage. I'm very excited to bring you this next video. We are going to be picking up Ava in this video, bringing you live footage from our trip 7 years ago down to Bruce Baker's shop in Pennsylvania and then on our ride home. We are very excited to have you with us on this journey. And that's up next. The story starts out back in Boston, Massachusetts at my uncle's barn. And as you can see from this, we had some issues getting the car rolling a little bit. Okay, so we have done a brake safety inspection. We actually just bled the brakes, and we are going to take it out for a quick spin to see how it's running now. Also checked in one of the brakes on the passenger side was actually not quite engaging correctly, so we believe that that's been fixed now, and we're going to get ready for a quick spin. Okay, we're getting ready to engage. Here she comes. Oh. Need to actually move before I get run over here. Oh. Cute little car. The car is actually not running all that well at this moment. We're doing some diagnostics on things like spark plugs and other things. So took it out for a little spin this morning. You did see the introduction to that. Taking it down the street, around the block, and so we've looked at the distributor and rotor, and we're just checking things out right now. We believe that it might be a faulty spark plug wire. That's the most recent event going on, and we'll keep you posted. We finally got the car on her way. All right, we are on our way. Uncle Kim. There's the barn where the car was stored. And we are on the road, and the car is running much better. On all 4 cylinders this morning. It's a great thing. Once we left my uncle's house, Ava was running okay. Now, Ava did not have much brakes. We couldn't wait to get to Bruce's shop to really kind of understand what was going on with the brakes. Franny had worked with them and worked with them and worked with them, and really we needed to figure out what else was going on because they just weren't working well. So we really wanted to get to Bruce Baker's shop. So we were driving around on probably about 20 to 25% brakes. So a lot of pumping the brake pedal by Franny and dealing with that. And Franny wanted to drive, which was absolutely fine with me. She had dealt with situations like this with her Volkswagen Beetles before, and so it was nice to have her driving. And so you'll see me doing a lot of the narration and stuff with our video. But as we went on our journey, we made it into Connecticut. I remember, I think it was my uncle, or even maybe Franny's Uncle George, that said to take the carpool lane because you don't have to deal with rush hour traffic going into, I think it was downtown Hartford, Connecticut. And so I don't have video of this, but it was a pretty interesting time. We were great because we got through all of this rush hour, and then all of a sudden the carpool lane dropped us into downtown Hartford, and suddenly we no longer were on the freeway anymore, and we had to deal with a lot of stop and go rush hour traffic and a car that had barely any brakes. It was pretty challenging. So as quickly as we possibly could, we wanted to get back on the interstate so that we could head back to Bruce Baker's shop. So it was kind of touch and go, and we were able to get out. We had one other obstacle. At one point when we were on the road, we ran into a bunch of construction traffic, and I'm not really sure where we were, but it was once again in Connecticut somewhere. And so we kind of needed to get gas anyway, so we got off the road and we bailed off and just as quickly as possible found the nearest gas station. And like I said, it was so crazy that we literally had to cut across like 3 or 4 lanes of traffic on the interstate. So we didn't have things going well, and I'm holding my arms out the window and trying to signal to other cars to let us through and that we really need to get off at that exit. And so we managed to get off the exit and get to the gas station, where we were able to find another way through town that pretty much missed all of the construction. So those were the 2 obstacles that made things a little bit challenging on our way to Bruce's. And once we were past those 2 obstacles that I mentioned, we were able to get to Bruce's. It was really later in the day than we had hoped. It was probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we called up Bruce and we asked him if we should bring the car in, and it was so close to the end of the day that we just decided that after talking to Bruce that we would go ahead and just get there super early the next morning and bring the car in then. So that's how we did it. Here we are. We are on the road, and believe it or not, our 356, which I can say now is ours, is purring like a little kitten. It's doing very well. Franny driving the car. Oh, look at how happy that she is that the car is running smoothly. It's a good thing. Getting pretty close to our first destination, which is actually where we're going to be staying overnight, and then we will be pulling up to Bruce's shop after that. The car has had to have a lot of different obstacles today. Several times we've hit heavy traffic, and the car has been idling nicely sometimes, and other times not so great. So heading onward, and we will hopefully be to our B&B really soon here. So we decided that super early in the morning we would go ahead and drop off the car at Bruce Baker's shop. Franny wanted to hang out there. I ended up staying back at the bed and breakfast and doing some filming around on the grounds, but that's what Franny wanted to do, is go and watch them working on the car. So Franny didn't get much filming done as she was really busy dealing with the car and stuff. So the next morning you will see some filming from me when I went ahead and went to the shop, and that would have been on Thursday morning, so June 24th, when we were back at the shop again, and we had an opportunity to help the guys out and spend some time there and get to know Bruce's shop. And you know, it was fun. We enjoyed hanging out, and you'll see there's another character that comes into our production, and that's our friend Joe Santora. He is a friend of ours who's from Long Island, New York, and he met Franny through our model airplane club, and he actually had to go and get some model airplanes from his sister's place in New York. And we had originally asked him if he wanted to accompany us when we were going on this trip, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure when I can go. Well, Franny the whole time was actually doing a blog for people to know where she was through the 356 registry and some other places, because we had literally people kind of on standby in case our car didn't, you know, make it back. We had this whole group of names that we could call and things like that. And so Franny went ahead and had all those people lined up. And so Joe actually decided to read the blog that she was leaving online, and he couldn't believe what he had heard about our trip to Pennsylvania. So he, the very next day, I think it was the same day that Franny was going, so that Wednesday, June 23rd, he met Franny at the shop, and they hung out, and Joe pretty much was with us the rest of the trip. I think he was very generously taking his time going back and kind of watching over us, which was really nice to have somebody else along the way that had a car that ran. Well, this is day 2 at Bruce's shop. Ava, as her name is now, is getting worked on. Bruce worked on her pretty late last night, and you know, there was a lot of wear and tear items that basically were torn. So I don't know if Francis had a chance to do much of the filming of the shop. The area that we are hanging out here in 95% humidity, my guess is at Bruce's place. So Bruce is gonna make sure that this little lady is safely on the road. So back at Bruce's shop, it's Friday morning, June 25th, and as you can see, Ava is now back down on the ground. John and Bruce have been working like crazy on her till late at night too. I feel kind of bad, but I'm happy because they're making her safe. We're getting ready to watch this baby come out for a ride. Dude, that's a... This is the first time the car has been run in a couple of days, I think. So, see how things are going. Give Bruce the opportunity to
yeah, you just got applause for the shop. It's moving.
Yeah.
Either it's crooked or he's really heavy.
There she goes. Oops. There it is. Oh. Sounding pretty good now. It sounds better than it did. It's still sounding a little bit uneven, isn't it?
I know this is you'll see there's maybe 550. Yeah, I feel like one real motor. Well, there's a 7-to-1 ratio there.
What do you think, Bruce?
No, it's fine. We just have some more brake adjusting to do, and it should be ready to go. Okay. Cool. Idle has been brought up because everything was kind of taken to a baseline, and now we have to adjust it once it's warm up. And I think we need to drive it a little time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Knock yourself out.
So, if you
Cool.
want to go,
Want to go, Franny?
I'd love to go.
All right. So Franny's going to go. You look. we go. So you see them coming in. There they are. On their way back. Driving actually kind of fast now.
Brake lights out.
It's amazing.
How is it, Franny? Want to talk to the camera and tell everybody about it?
No, the brakes are killer. I saw a stop out there. It was like,
Yay! No more pumping them for a while at least.
no, we have.
How was the gas smell? Is that improved?
This is not
gas.
It was no gas smell at all.
Great.
And and listen to how low it's actually idling. Oh, hey Bruce.
Take off the emergency brake and push.
Well, do you want to
Hey, John
just
and
wing
we're
it?
checking out.
Wing it as far as the
There's another issue
Depth.
here. So,
Now I'm thinking normally you need to use more than just this for shimming.
yeah, seems okay. But it's not an original. All right, I'll go see her.
so Franny, you want to explain what was wrong to the viewers since they're all wondering?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the left carburetor float stop, and it was not stopping the flow of the gas, and the gas was then overfilling the float bolt and going.
The float itself is stuck.
The float itself was stuck. Okay, well then that's it.
Yeah.
Well then that's even a bigger thing. Okay, so the float. There's the float. Okay. The float was stuck and not going up. And so the gas was just pouring out of the top of the carburetor because it was just too much gas for it.
Yikes. Okay.
Of course, now it's not stuck.
I think it's probably bent and we
Prefer to find these things before we go 2,000 miles, but something that we're definitely going to have to keep our eye on. So things are going okay. We want to stop it, you know, after the first 50 miles or so, and then fill up with gas and check the oil. As we always remember to do, check the oil every time you fill up with gas. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video of Bruce Baker's shop and Ava's journey home. Tomorrow we're going to bring you our actual trip home from Bruce Baker's shop into Colorado. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and in the meantime, safe travels. Bye!